Ever wondered why some people who earn millions end up broke, while others with ordinary salaries quietly become wealthy? The answer might surprise you. Making money and keeping money are two completely different skills. Most people believe becoming wealthy requires intelligence, education, or luck. But that's not how wealth really works. In this video, you'll discover 10 powerful lessons from the psychology of money, broken down into simple, practical ideas that can change the way you think about money forever. Before we continue, stay with me until the end. Lessons 8 and 10 are the most important lessons in this entire video. They're incredibly simple, but they're also the ones most people understand and still fail to do. Without wasting any more time, let's dive in. Lesson 1. Money is more about behavior than intelligence. Have you ever met someone with a college degree who earns a high salary but is still buried in credit card debt? At the same time, you've probably seen someone with an average job quietly build $1 million net worth over time. So what's the difference? It's not intelligence, it's behavior. Most people think the smartest people become the richest. But real life tells a different story. Let me show you with two people, John and Sarah. First, meet John. John is a software engineer earning $180,000 a year. Every time he gets a raise, he upgrades his lifestyle, a bigger house, a newer car, and more expensive vacations. From the outside, he looks incredibly successful, but behind the scenes, he's living paycheck to paycheck. He spends first and saves whatever is left, which is almost nothing. Now, meet Sarah. She earns just $60,000 a year. Instead of upgrading her lifestyle, she invests a portion of every paycheck, avoids unnecessary debt, and keeps doing the same thing year after year. 25 years later, who has more money? Without a doubt, Sarah. Not because she earned more, not because she was smarter, but because she understood one simple truth. Building wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about the habits you repeat. The biggest difference between John and Sarah wasn't their income. It was their habits. John let lifestyle inflation control his money. Sarah let discipline control hers. That's why, in the long run, behavior beats intelligence almost every time. Why emotions matter. Many financial mistakes happen because emotions take control. First is fear. If you've ever invested in the stock market, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The moment the market crashes, many people panic and sell. But when the market eventually recovers, they're already out, having sold at a loss and missed the rebound completely. The investors who usually come out ahead are the ones who stay calm, think long-term, and understand that market crashes are a normal part of investing. Patience often wins. I'll make a detailed video explaining how the stock market works, how to invest, and how to avoid common mistakes, so stay tuned. The second is greed. When everyone is saying, this investment is a sure thing, many people rush to buy because they don't want to miss out. By the time they invest, prices are often already too high. Then the market drops, the bubble bursts, and they lose money. That's why it's important not to follow the crowd. Do your own research, invest for the long term, and never buy something just because everyone else is buying it. First, understand what investing really is. Investing isn't guaranteed like a paycheck. There's always some risk involved. Before you put your money into anything, take the time to learn how it works and what you're investing in. The more you understand, the smarter your investment decisions will be. Impatience is the third important emotion to control. But the most important one is coming up next, so be sure to stick around. Many people don't want to wait for their money to grow. They want to get rich as quickly as possible. Because of that, they often chase risky stocks, cryptocurrencies, or get-rich-quick schemes that promise massive returns in a short amount of time. While a few people may make money, many end up losing a large portion, or even all of their investment. The people who build lasting wealth usually do the opposite. They invest consistently, stay patient, and let time and compound growth work in their favor. And the most dangerous and most important emotion to control is overconfidence. Most people become so confident in their abilities that they start believing they're smarter than the market itself. They think they can always pick the next winning investment or perfectly predict when to buy and sell. But this overconfidence can be dangerous. It pushes them to take bigger risks, believing they can't lose. The truth is, no one can predict the market with 100% accuracy, not even experienced investors. And when reality doesn't match their expectations, those big risks can turn into massive losses. The smartest investors stay humble. They diversify their investments, take calculated risks, and stick to a long-term plan instead of trying to outsmart the market. Financial success isn't about having the highest IQ. It's about building simple habits you can repeat for years, saving consistently, spending wisely, investing patiently, and keeping your emotions under control when everyone else is panicking. Remember this, good financial habits beat high intelligence almost every time. But here's something that surprises most people. Even people with great financial habits can still spend their lives chasing the wrong goal. Why? Because they confuse looking rich with being wealthy. Let's move on to Lesson 2. Wealth is what you don't see. Most people think wealth looks like a luxury car, a huge mansion, or designer clothes. But here's the surprising truth. Real wealth is often invisible. Just because someone looks rich doesn't mean they actually are. At first glance, John seemed wealthy while Sarah didn't, but in reality, it was the other way around. She rarely talks about money. Most people would never guess she's a millionaire. Sarah doesn't look rich, but she's truly wealthy. What is real wealth? Wealth isn't about how much money you spend. Wealth is the money you keep. It's the investments growing quietly in the background. It's the savings that protect you during hard times. It's the assets that continue making money even while you sleep. Those things aren't visible to other people. Why people get confused? We often compare ourselves to what we can see. We notice someone's expensive house, luxury car, or fancy lifestyle, but we can't see their bank account. We can't see their debt. We can't see whether they're stressed about paying next month's bills. Social media makes this even worse. People usually show their best moments, not their financial struggles. So what can we do? Don't focus on looking rich. Focus on becoming wealthy. Buy assets before buying luxury. Invest before you impress. Build financial security before chasing status. Looking wealthy gets attention. Being wealthy gives you freedom. Remember this, real financial security isn't flashy. It's built quietly, patiently, and over time. But here's the question. If wealth is invisible, how do you actually start building it? The answer is surprisingly simple. It begins with one habit that almost everyone underestimates. Lesson 3. Saving is a superpower. I'll start saving once I make more money. It sounds reasonable, but it's one of the biggest financial myths. The truth is, saving isn't about how much you earn. It's about the habit you build. People who save when they have a little usually keep saving when they have a lot. But people who never develop that habit often find ways to spend every raise they get. That's why saving is a superpower. It gives you something money can't always buy. Freedom. Freedom to handle unexpected emergencies without panic. Freedom to take advantage of new opportunities. And freedom from living paycheck to paycheck. The best part? You don't need to save hundreds of dollars every month to make a difference. Even small amounts saved consistently over time can grow into something meaningful. The surprising part is, wealth isn't built by one big decision. It's built by small, smart choices repeated over and over again. Saving is where wealth begins. But saving alone has a hidden problem. If your money just sits there, inflation slowly eats away at its value. So how do you make your money grow? That's where compounding changes everything. And that's exactly what Lesson 4 is about. Lesson 4, compounding is life-changing. Imagine planting a tiny seed. For weeks, it barely changes. It might even seem like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, it's growing stronger every single day. Compounding works the same way. When you invest a little money consistently, the results may seem small at first. That's where many people give up. But if you stay patient, something incredible begins to happen. Your money doesn't just earn returns anymore. Those returns start earning returns too. And over time, that snowball keeps getting bigger and bigger, often faster than you ever imagined. That's the magic of compounding. The secret isn't finding the perfect investment or chasing the highest return. The real advantage is giving your money one thing most people don't. That is time. The earlier you start, the harder your money works for you. Because when time and compounding work together, even small investments can turn into life-changing wealth. Compounding has created more millionaires than almost anything else. But there's one thing it demands from everyone: time. Which brings us to one of the hardest lessons in investing. Lesson 5. Be patient. We live in a world that wants everything. Right now, fast food, fast delivery, overnight success. So it's no surprise that many people expect their investments to grow just as quickly. But that's not how real wealth is built. The truth is, the biggest fortunes weren't created in a few weeks or even a few years. They were built slowly through patience and consistency. If you start investing with excitement, but when the market drops or the results don't come fast enough, you'll give up. The people who succeed do something different. They keep investing during the good times, they keep investing during the bad times, and they trust the process even when progress feels invisible. Because in the world of money, patience isn't just a virtue, it's a competitive advantage. The longer you stay invested, the more time your money has to grow. Sometimes the smartest financial decision isn't doing more, it's simply staying the course. Patience sounds easy until the market drops, or someone else seems to be getting rich faster than you. And that's where the next mistake begins. Lesson 6. Compare less. Have you ever scrolled through social media and thought, everyone else seems to be doing better than me? It's an easy trap to fall into. Every day you're surrounded by pictures of luxury vacations, dream homes, expensive cars, and perfect lifestyles. But remember, you're only seeing the highlight reel. You don't see the credit card bills. You don't see the loans. You don't see the stress, the sleepless nights, or the financial struggles behind the scenes. The more you compare your life to someone else's, the more likely you are to make emotional decisions with your money. You might spend more just to keep up, or feel like you're falling behind, even when you're actually making progress. Here's the truth. Your financial journey isn't a competition. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your own goals. Build your own future. Because real financial success isn't about impressing other people. It's about creating a life that gives you freedom and peace of mind. The moment you stop comparing yourself to others, you stop trying to impress them with your money, and once you stop trying to impress others, keeping more of your money becomes much easier. Lesson 7. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Imagine getting a raise at work. It feels like a fresh start. You promise yourself you'll finally get ahead financially. But then something unexpected happens. A bigger paycheck turns into a bigger apartment, a nicer car, more subscriptions, more expensive vacations. Just like the mistake John made. Before long, your higher income has disappeared into higher monthly bills. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck, no matter how much they earn. The good news? There's a simple way to avoid it. The next time you get a raise, don't spend all of it. Instead, invest or save a portion of that extra income before you adjust your lifestyle. You probably won't even miss it. But years from now, your future self will be grateful you made that choice. Remember, earning more money doesn't automatically make you wealthier. Keeping more of what you earn and putting it to work is what truly builds lasting wealth. Avoiding lifestyle inflation is a huge step. But even the smartest financial plan can't prevent unexpected events. That's why Lesson 8 is the most important lesson of all. Lesson 8. Expect the unexpected. No matter how carefully you plan your life, there will always be surprises. A job loss, a medical emergency, a sudden car repair, or a market crash that no one saw coming. The truth is, life doesn't send a warning before it changes, and no one, not even the world's best investors, can predict exactly what will happen next. That's why smart people don't just hope for the best, they prepare for the unexpected. An emergency fund isn't just a pile of cash, it's peace of mind. It gives you the freedom to handle life's surprises without falling into debt or making desperate financial decisions. Think of it as a financial safety net. You hope you'll never need it. But if you ever do, you'll be incredibly grateful it's there. Because one of the smartest financial decisions you can make isn't predicting the future. It's being prepared for it. Preparing for emergencies isn't just about protecting your money. It's about protecting your freedom. And that leads us to the real reason people want wealth in the first place. Lesson 9. Financial freedom is the real goal. Why do most people want more money? Many believe it's for the luxury cars, the bigger house, or the expensive vacations. But the truth is, money's greatest value isn't what it can buy. It's the choices it gives you, the choice to spend more time with your family, the choice to walk away from a job that makes you unhappy, the choice to pursue work that gives your life meaning, or simply the freedom to take a break when life demands it. That's what financial freedom looks like. Not living to impress other people, but living life on your own terms. Because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal isn't to become rich, it's to become free. And that's the greatest gift money can ever give you. Money isn't the goal. freedom is. But freedom doesn't happen overnight. It's built through years of smart decisions, which brings us to our final lesson. Lesson 10. Think long-term. This is one of the simplest ideas to understand, but one of the hardest to apply in real life. Like I mentioned earlier, everyone wants results immediately. We expect success in days, profits in weeks, and wealth overnight. But that's not how real wealth is created. The biggest financial mistakes often happen when people focus only on what's happening today. They panic when the market falls, they chase the latest trend, or they give up because progress feels too slow. Successful investors think differently. They understand that building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. They know that small, smart decisions, repeated consistently over many years, can produce extraordinary results. The secret isn't making one perfect investment. It's staying committed to the plan, even when the results aren't immediate. Because when you focus on the long game, time becomes your greatest advantage. And in the end, those who stay patient and consistent are often the ones who achieve true financial freedom. Now, you've learned the 10 powerful lessons from the psychology of money. The real question isn't which lesson was the best. It's which one you'll start applying today. Comment below. Reading about money doesn't change your future. Taking action does. Everything we covered comes down to one thing. Building wealth is about making better decisions consistently. You don't need a huge income, you don't need perfect timing, and you don't need to predict the market. You just need simple habits you can stick with. Save regularly. Invest patiently. Avoid unnecessary debt. Control your emotions and let time work for you. The financial choices you make today shape your future. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now with what you have, because the best time to build wealth was years ago. The second best time is today. The life you want isn't built in one big decision. It's built in thousands of small ones. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to GrowX, and share it with someone building a better financial future. Which lesson stood out to you most? Drop it in the comments below. I read everyone. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building your future. I'll see you in the next video.